going to change our focus now to talk about WWE 2K15, and it, you know, I haven't been doing a lot of videos on 2K15 because I really feel as if it's not the same game, not nearly as good as WWE 2K14. I myself have an Xbox One, but I have to get it repaired, so I'm sending that away to get repaired. So I had to get, when I was getting the games, I got the Xbox 360 version of the WWE 2K15, and it's much the same game as 2K14 on the 360 platform, but it's not. It's the 2K14 has such a great golden era feel to it, such a great game for the legends, a lot of great legends in that game, and you can do so much in that game. Whereas 2K15 has mainly Ruthless Aggression era, 2002 through 2006 kind of era, along with the current stuff. So it's not as attractive as far as the stuff you can do, but I enjoy going back to that era as well sometimes, so I do enjoy playing it from time to time. There's a great Hulk Hogan on it, the 2002-2003 era Hulk Hogan, where he has the tie-dye and all the cool outfit that he wears, and then he of course has he came back and had his last run as world champion on that era, so it's cool to play him in that era. But you've got Sting in this game, of course, as the special added attraction, and other characters that have been added. There's been 2 DLCs out for 2K15. Earlier, a couple of months ago, they had out, it was around Christmas time, they released the WCW pack, and in that pack was Lex Luger, Lord Steven Regal, Fit Finlay, the Belfast Bruiser, which is cool to get him in it. Also in it were Bam Bam Bigelow, who is of course a WWF legend as well, so it's nice to have him in the game. And also in that game is DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, who's always a great legend. But a lot of people were complaining about the quality of the legends in this game. A lot of people would have loved that where they could transport legends from last year's game into this year's game. That would have made it even better, because you could have taken the NWO DLC from 2K14, put it into 2K15. I really enjoyed the WWE 13 a couple of years ago, where it was focused on the Attitude Era. That was very good as well. So I think the 2K15 game, it looks a lot better, the sound is much improved, but the characters could be a lot better, and there's not as many characters in it either. But there is one thing that I'm really looking forward to in WWE 2K15, and that is one of the big things in it, and that's Path of the Warrior. The DLC hasn't been released yet, and I think it might be a few months before it will be released. I would say they'll probably release it around WrestleMania time, because it's a kind of a very big one to release. I suppose saving the best for last. But it is called Path of the Warrior, and it showcases the Warrior's career, and you get a load of old big names, and you also get a load of old classic arenas for that DLC as well. So that's coming out probably, I would imagine, at WrestleMania. There's also a Mark Henry Hall of Pain DLC, which is coming out probably in the next couple of months, maybe February, or it is February, maybe March time, I would imagine, if the other one probably will be coming out at WrestleMania time. So there you go. My opinions of WWE 2K15 so far, well, it's definitely not as good on this Xbox 360 platform. When the Xbox One, when I do get that sorted, I think I'll have to get the Xbox One version of the game, because I've heard so many great reports about the Xbox One version. I hear the gameplay is totally different. The only thing the same is the characters and stuff, and I've heard it's just off the page and the difference in it. And that's my luck for that kind of thing. It definitely didn't go my way there, because I got a report saying that it wouldn't take updates, and it wouldn't. My Xbox One wasn't taking updates, and it wasn't playing new games and stuff. So I have to send it away now, probably tomorrow or the next day, and I have to get it fixed. And hopefully everything's out there, and I get to play WWE 2K15 and hopefully next year 2K16, which would be hopefully a golden era game, but probably with these new guys in charge, 2K Sports, they might be trying to spread it across the board and not just concentrate on one era. I think the one era thing really worked with WWE 13, and to an extent last year they focused big time on WCW and on WWF early 90s last year, so I think that would help as well. But anyway, we're not going too into that now. It is WWE 2K15, really cool so far in other ways it's passable, but I'm sure the Xbox One version is going to be very, very cool. I still go back to play 2K14 most of the time. I even go back and play Legends of WrestleMania quite a bit. I really love that game from back in 2009, probably along with 2K14, my two favourite wrestling games of all time, because of the great rosters. But yes, indeed, that has been, of course, the talk about WWE 2K14 or 2K15. Something else now I want to cover on the other big thing happening in the world of professional wrestling these days. All this talk about CM Punk, known as Phil Brooks. Is it Phil Brooks? Yeah. Phil Brooks, of course, with his segue now into the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. A lot of talk about that in the world of wrestling, in the world of sports entertainment. Triple H talked about him last night on the podcast with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Very interesting the way his words were. I think with CM Punk, of course, didn't hold any punches. He didn't pull any punches with his talk about Vince McMahon and Triple H and the WWE. And I think there's a lot of, let's just say there's no love lost there as far as the big thing was that CM Punk was wrestling last year, and they were making him wrestle with his staph infection, and apparently that could have killed him. But it's all about the money with the wrestling business, and I think they push people until they're at death's door a lot of the time, which isn't very positive. But that seems to be the way it happens. But CM Punk, Phil Brooks, looking to go into the UFC. I think he's going to be fighting at a certain weight, so I don't think he's going to be such a. I think he's fairly tough. So who knows what way that'll go. I'm not a fan of the UFC myself. I wouldn't be a fan of such. I think it's too violent. I'm more into the entertainment side of things with the wrestling and stuff. I enjoy that more because they're wrestling every night of the week, and they don't get too badly beat up. They do get injured because of. They have to put their body on the line and stuff, but I think the UFC is just brutal. But anyway, there was one or two other topics I wanted to discuss, but I'll put up another video if I remember about them. But I hope you enjoyed my show today. It has been the Coaster, and I've been talking about the WWE Network, and I've been talking about WWE 2K15. It's been great bringing it to you folks, and leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be chatting to you all later. Coaster over and out. Check out Coaster.com, check out my Facebook, Twitter, check out everything folks, and remember, Beyond the Ropes podcast is coming up in Coaster's World of Wrestling. Stay tuned. Get on the scene and make it a part of your daily routine. Coaster over and out.